I made it. Oh my gosh, I'm sweaty because I just came biking like a mad woman to get back to where I had reception to do this video. Uh, Welcome to another episode of Pussy, Magic, and Musings. I'm Sierra Sullivan, and it's kind of cool. I actually decided to bike. It's the first big bike ride of the year. I spend my summers in upstate New York in a little town called Chameau on Chameau Bay, which is off of Lake Ontario. And it's my couple of months a year where I get to really slow down, mostly chill out, although I work remotely and do my stuff remotely. But I'm surrounded by water and trees and nature, and there's an osprey nest right up the road, so I wake up to the sounds of the seahawks, the ospreys, and all sorts of beautiful, thunderstorms and sunsets, and it's just divine. And so me and my nieces and nephews, which is when I get to see them once a year, because otherwise I live across the continent from them, but they asked me to go for a bike ride, so I thought I could do the Facebook Live on the bike ride, realized I didn't have reception, and I scurried my butt back to be here with you. And the perfect message that I want to bring to you today, today's Pussy Magic and Musings from the Pussy Oracle, is, and I just shared this with a woman earlier who had received the Pussy Oracle reading from me. When it comes to listening to her pussy, I had an epiphany about a month ago. And I realized that there's a reason why we call Mother Earth, and Mother Nature, right? Nature is inherently feels the feminine. And, often we as a people on this planet are not really listening anymore. We're not listening to nature. We're ourselves, and is there a message available? And I'm sure my third eye is about to fall off with all my sweat. Anyways, I realized my higher self reminded me, the message was, when things are chaotic, or I'm feeling confused, or I'm feeling upset, or anything is not flowing in a direction that I desire it to, or I'm feeling overwhelmed, or any intensity of emotion, to slow down and take a moment to just look to nature. Like literally look outside and find even a blade of grass that might be just slightly being tickled by the wind, or to look to the sky and see the clouds slowly passing by, or turn and look at the sun, right? Anything to pull myself into the reminder of the divinity and the potency of presence. Some of you who have watched former videos of mine, I talk a lot about currency being the ability to see in the current moment, current vision, and that the power of all that we desire is right there, available for us to activate and to call in and to receive. But oftentimes we're looking so far down the path that we forget to be in the present moment. So my higher consciousness, the message was, take a moment when you're in an upset and just find a stillness in nature, which is really powerful and really potent and a great reminder. And the epiphany I had a month ago was the connection between that in our pussy, because oftentimes we're caught in our heads as women. We're so caught in our heads. Hey, Denise, woohoo! Totally caught in our heads, totally trying to solve things logically, trying to like get it all done, disconnected from our pleasure, disconnected from our higher self, disconnected from our gut instincts, whatever it is. And we can get caught in that very easily when life is getting the better of us. So it reminded me that although I know one of my messages is that oftentimes, because when I do pussy readings, I find that what I find and see in a woman's pussy is often 99.9% what she's been knowing, hearing, receiving, getting messages about, but she doesn't realize it's actually coming from her pussy. And a lot of women say, I don't know how to listen to my pussy. I can't distinguish the difference between what's actually my pussy or what's my mind or what's my higher self or what's the difference. And I believe that, and even my mentor, Mama Gina, believes that listening to pussy is listening to your higher self, right? She calls it the great pussy in the sky, actually, right? Following your GPS is following your inner knowing. So that's all pussy. It's all pussy for a woman. And for men, it might be something different. But if you're having trouble listening to your pussy because you can't discern, because you haven't been able to slow down long enough, I invite you to try out my nature technique and to tune into the subtleties of nature and listen more deeply to nature. As I was furiously biking back here to get reception to do this video, I was going through a grove of trees, and I could hear as the wind was blowing, and as I got closer to the trees, I could hear the difference of all the rustling of all the leaves. And so while that was noticeable, I tuned my ear as I drove through. Even in my hurry and scurry, I took a moment to be present to what those sounds were and to tune into the nuance of that sound and to really receive the whoosh and the shh and the whatever of that grove of trees. And it was magical. Even in my chaos, I was able to just go shh and then feel and hear and see all that was there. And then I was like, shoo, back to my biking down the road. So I think it's a good practice if tuning into your pussy is one thing, but sometimes when our bodies, we're not used to tuning into our bodies, maybe you can turn to nature and find a cue or a little stillness to go just that one step deeper into receiving a message from your surroundings, from your environment. Maybe it's a crow that caws right at the moment that you need a validation of something that you've just been thinking, or the way that a wind might blow a door open, but just finding that connection to those nuances of nature and then using that to tune you to the nuances of your pussy. I've been trying it out. It feels really good. It's been super helpful. I've had a really intense week of just acclimating and landing, and I've just moved out of my house and drove cross country, and there's just a lot that's been happening. Today's the new moon as well, and it's a great time of transformation. And I haven't actually read up on this new moon a bunch, but it's something about Great Mother and tuning into our own inner landscape, so it actually kind of fits. But I thought I'd just share the ways that if we all tuned into pussy, both our pussies and the proverbial pussy of Mother Nature, I think we'd live in a very different world. So practice your attunement, practice tuning in to your own body sensations and your pussy. But if you're having trouble with that, or you just want to play in the realm of nature and see how they connect, I invite you to just take a moment, maybe even right now or after this video, and just turn to something in nature. Again, it could be the sky, a cloud, the sun, a tree, a bird, a bee, a blade of grass, the wind, whatever it is. Just take a moment and just tune in. Listen deeply, not just with your ears, with your eyes, with your senses, with your skin, even with your mouth. Just tune in and see what you get. That might be different than you would have gotten if you hadn't tuned in just that little extra bit. All right, thanks so much for watching. This is the Pussy Oracle here, Sierra Sullivan with Pussy Magic and Musings. If you liked what you heard today, please make a comment, and I'll be back. Hopefully, the plan is every Tuesday at 2:22 Pacific until I decide otherwise. All right, thanks for tuning in. Love you lots. Ciao. Bye, Denise. Love you, girl.